Most Catholics have gone through years of religious education and Catholic schooling and are still lukewarm and know very little about the faith. Any suggestions to better teach the faith? Thank you. Okay. Most Catholics, in my experience, have not had a lot of education in the faith. Slight correction. Most Catholics have not had much education at all in the faith. Even in my day, which was probably a little better than in recent years, we had some basic catechism, and that was fine. That was fine. There was something lacking. There's two things, in my estimation, you have to have. You have to have authentic education in the faith, meaning authentic Catholic teaching, not some fuzzy notion by some upstart theologian. Authentic Catholic teaching, that's number one, taught in a systematic and organic fashion. Number two, number one, education. Number two, inspiration. You got to have both. One without the other isn't enough. Education and inspiration. You've got to, my superior once said, trying to explain to me how we teach the faith. We teach mathematics, we teach history, we teach English, and so forth. With the faith, you can say that we teach it, yes, we do, but with the faith, you more impart the faith than teach it as an empirical discipline. We impart the faith. What does that mean? It means you can't give what you don't have. It means the faith has to be something not only in your head, but in your heart. There's an old saying in Latin priests used to learn. Nemo dat quod non habet. You can't give what you do not have. You have to be filled with the faith. Now, what's the essence of the faith? Jesus. Simple as that. What is the essence, the substance of our faith? The Lord Jesus Christ. The truth isn't something. The truth is somebody. And his name is Jesus Christ. If you're not filled with Jesus, you can't give Jesus. It's as simple as that. That's the first thing I said in my catechism series. There were a lot of catechists, religious education teachers, Catholic school teachers, parents, grandparents, people that wanted to learn the faith. That's the first thing I told them. If you're going to teach, remember what you're teaching. Remember, there's one teacher. His name is Jesus. You have to be in him in order to hand him on. Okay, so you can't give what you don't have. What are we giving? We're giving Jesus himself, the truth. He's the way, the truth, and the life. So what would I do? I'd get the Catechism of the Catholic Church, and I would, in a systematic and organic way, I would pass that on. Now, that's why I did my series, okay? That was my motivation in 1996 when I taught my series on the Catechism called The Teaching of Jesus Christ. It's 48 hours, and in the new updated version, it's 50 hours with EWTNs, the way they cut it up for television, with breaks for commercials and all that stuff. But it's basically 48 hours of teaching. It synthesizes the whole catechism. What would I do? And I'm, when you ask me a question, I try to be honest with you. You ask honest question, you deserve an honest answer. If I had a better answer than this, I'd give it to you. I'd use my series. And that's not a commercial. I mean, I don't mean it, and I'm not trying to be prideful or anything. If there were something better, I'd tell you to use it. I really would. I'd say use it. There's basically nothing else. Nothing else in the entire universal church. I keep saying this because sooner or later some cardinal's going to hear it and he's going to, push a program to get something good. Good. Then maybe I can retire, stay home with my dogs. No, good. I'm all for it. I want there to be more programs. But right now, there's not a whole lot out there. I'll tell you what, I like audio and video to supplement what's in a book. It tends to bring it more alive. You use more senses. Like the best thing we have is the DVD. It's indexed. You can go to any part of it that you want instantaneously. You use more senses. The more senses that are engaged in learning, the more it sticks. You know, I feel a video's better than an audio, but an audio's good. You know, you put in a CD in your car driving to work. That's a good thing. I'm not against it. I'm all for that. You know, but when you're watching it, you know, on a picture or live, your eyes come into play, your ears come into play. You know, all your senses are engaged. Therefore, you're more likely to retain that which is being presented to you. So I'm all for a systematic presentation. The Catholic Church, the Catechism does that, see? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's right there, okay? And that's what we did in the series.